Luke found it.
That was terrifying!
Hi, I'm Gus, and I'm a part of Right Bumper, and we try and unlock notoriously hard achievements, and today I'm going to be showing you how I unlocked the Protocol is About Life achievement in the Callisto Protocol. Give you some tips to help you on your journey. There's going to be a lot of spoilers in this video, so fair warning. Callisto Protocol has a total of 26 achievements, with the rarest of them being the Protocol is About Life, for beating the game on the hardest difficulty, Maximum Security. This difficulty reduces all items including Callisto credits, ammo, health injectors, grip batteries, and all sellable items. Enemies also do more damage and have more health. Survival horror games are known for having tricky achievements. Resident Evil, Alan Wake, Evil Within, Condemned, Little Nightmares.
We fucking did it! Oh! Can you believe we did it? Our first try,
So when I heard the team that made Dead Space, one of my favorites, was getting the band back together to make this game, I was preparing myself for an uphill battle. And it was, just maybe not in the way that I was expecting. You start the game off in a big dumb ship that goes down because of reasons. You wake up with your best friend dead and being thrown in prison because of more reasons. When you wake up, everything is destroyed and you're one of the few people left alive. That must have been one hell of a nap. You meet this man, and he asks you to hold onto a shiv for him. And then you meet this guy, and he actually has some very encouraging words for us.
Are you special?
It doesn't take us long to find a grip gauntlet, which is just the TK from Dead Space, but you can now pick up entire enemies and throw them at one of the many conveniently located spike walls. We're trying to make it to the SHU, which actually stands for Special Housing Units, which doesn't make it sound so bad. All of this is really just a tutorial until you enter this room. You're going to be attacked by a few waves of enemies, but they're very good boys and they wait until it's their turn to attack. And on top of all that, you can just one-shot them by throwing them into literally any surface. After this, you're going to run into Elias a few more times, but you never stay with him, because reasons. And then a whole lot of nothing happens until we get to the sewer level. I don't know who originally had the idea that every main character of a video game needs to roll around in human filth for a few hours, but we need to stop pretending like it's a good idea. It's weird. We meet the Rusher. This little fella can turn invisible, but has about 0 health, so if you can get a melee combo started, you can kill him. Then we find out about mutations, which is just when you let a normal enemy live too long and it becomes a slightly larger, bumpier enemy and gets all its limbs back. When you're done playing a grosser version of Virtual Bart's water slide, we find ourselves outside the tram station. There's a security bot walking around in circles, great use of taxpayer money, and as luck would have it, their only weakness is bullets to the head.
Oh! Bullets! My only weakness! How did you know?
Oddly enough, while playing maximum security in a maximum security prison, there's really only like 2 of these robots walking around. Then, a sickly star killer is going to vent us onto the planet's surface, but it's okay because now we have a spacesuit that gives us more inventory and health. Just not for Elias. Now, we're outside, exposed to the elements, man versus nature. What godforsaken abominations could be waiting for us out here? Maybe some kind of giant snow monster? Maybe some kind of giant worm that's been living on the planet's surface? It's actually just more zombies with a little bit of snow on them. Eventually, we make our way into an old miner town where we run into the blind, which are the exact same as every other zombie, but they are blind. This is where the game really slows down. Not only do you have to backtrack through every section of this game multiple times, but the game encourages you to stealth kill all these enemies, which I'm pretty sure is just a way to tack on an extra hour of gameplay. Again, nothing important happens until you fight the first boss of the game, the Two-Head. Any guesses on how they named this guy? The first time I fought this guy, he killed me a lot, and I think it's because I kept expecting the gameplay to open up in some way, but so long as you're holding left or right on the thumbstick, he literally can't hurt you. Anyways, a lot more stuff is going to happen, but it doesn't matter until you make your way to this lab, and you start to actually learn something about this game. And I gotta say, too little too late, Callisto Protocol. I'm like 6 hours into this game and now you want to trauma dump all this garbage about giant dead aliens and secret societies? Not to mention, this section ends with some of the weirdest pacing of any story I've ever seen. This guy is made of like steel and he just gently nudges you towards the only exit in the room and just then lets you run towards it? And then Danny gets face hugged for some reason in here? Like, why is there a leech in here? What is she doing? How did and why did any of this happen? You'll have to go on a heroic quest through the psych ward to save Danny, and then finally a showdown with the alpha male. So let me point out that a patch came out for this game a few weeks after it launched, which made some parts a little easier. The first and most notable thing was they reduced the time it takes to heal by almost half, which is a fine choice. You still can't really do it in the middle of combat, but now it doesn't feel like you have to invest in a 10-minute cutscene every time you just want to boost your health a little bit. The second update worth noting is the final boss fight. So Big Thickness over here will chase you around the room and you have to shoot him in the head. I know, we've never seen it before. But the real problem is in between phases, he used to summon 4 creepy crawlies that would attack from 2 different directions. And not only does the boss one-shot you, but these little guys do too. So now there are only 2 creepy crawlers, and I will never stop thanking whoever made that call. I think if you have to throw more ads into a boss fight to make it more difficult, it's probably not a good boss fight to begin with. I just want to give my 2 cents on this game. As a massive Dead Space fan, I was very excited for this game. And guess what? Sometimes I even had fun playing it. The combat is simple and for the most part effective. Having big name talented actors goes a long way in making an engaging story. And this is maybe the most beautiful game I've ever played. All that being said, the story is awful, the monster design is boring, and the levels are lazy. This game wants to take all the cool things from Dead Space without thinking about why those things were cool in the first place. Callisto Protocol, you were so close. I just need you to put in a little more effort and thoughtfulness into the next one. Alright, so here's the tier list of difficult achievements. No, I don't have anything that defines what makes an achievement difficult or even eligible for this tier list, so it's just whatever I decide to put up here. Last video, I did Little Nightmares, and we're going to put it on a tier. That is a very good difficult achievement. It was fun to get. It was fun to get better at that game, and yeah, so there you go. There's the criteria for A. Callisto Protocol, I'm going to give the Protocol is About Life achievement a D. Overall, this achievement is not difficult. You could probably beat maximum security difficulty your first time in Callisto Protocol. All you have to do is learn how to dodge, and dodging is the easiest thing to do in this game. Word is that they're going to add a harder difficulty to this game sometime in February. And maybe there will be an achievement associated with it. We don't know yet. If there is, I might make a video on that. And then we can maybe re-rank this. Okay, I love you. Bye.